guys, it's time for calendar. Oh, excuse me. We are doing our calendar and our literacy together this week, and it seems to be going a little bit better, and we may just keep up with that. Today is Wednesday, February 17th, and we are going to go ahead and get started on our calendar time. Let's see, we're going to do our days of the week, our months of the year, how many days we've been in school, what the weather is like outside today, and then I guess the books that we're reading today. We've got another nonfiction story since President's Week was this, or President's Day was on Monday. We're going to read about the U.S. Capitol, which is a nonfiction book. It has lots of facts in it. We are also going to read another take on the little old lady who swallowed a fly. This one is called There Was a Bold Lady Who Wanted a Star. So this is just another take on the adaptation of There Was an Old Woman Who Swallowed a Fly. This one is written by Charisse Miracle Harper. She is the person who wrote the book. She had all the ideas for it, and she did the illustrations. So she drew all the pictures, and it was published by Scholastic Books. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday, there's Tuesday and there's Wednesday, there's Thursday and there's Friday, and then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. All right, so today is Wednesday. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then you turn around. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then you turn around. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then you turn around. Last time. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, then you sit back down. All right. So we did our days of the week and our month song. Let's go ahead and do our calendar. All righty. So yesterday was, Tuesday. So I'll put that up there on the board. Sorry, yesterday was Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. And if yesterday was Tuesday and today is Wednesday, tomorrow will be Thursday. So today is Wednesday. The name of our month is February. And let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And today is number 17. Today is Wednesday, February 17, and our year is 2021. 2021. Let's figure out how many days we've been in school, because we've already come to the end of our 100th day, and we're adding one day each day to figure out what our number is for how many days we've been in school. So let's look up here, starting with number 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Hang on to it. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, and today is 100 plus 8. Today is our 108th day of school. So we've been in school for 108 days. Let's go ahead and do our weather. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the weather song, and then we'll figure out what our weather is like today. A little bit of an improvement. Sunny, 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 it is sunny in the sky. sunny, sunny, it is sunny in the sky. Cloudy, 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 it is cloudy in the sky. cloudy, cloudy, it is cloudy in the sky. Rainy, 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 it is rainy in the sky. rainy, rainy, it is rainy in the sky. Windy, 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 it is windy in the sky. windy, it is windy in the sky. Snowy, 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 it is snowy in the sky. snowy, snowy, it is snowy in the sky. Oh, so sorry, guys. It's so dry in here that my throat is just being kind of funny today. That's a little bit better. All right. So the last few days have been very cold outside. Remember yesterday we didn't even get, well, we did get above zero yesterday to 6. The day before we didn't even get above zero. It was so cold. We are going to go ahead and figure out what our temperature is today, and then we'll figure out what our weather is. So our temperature today was below zero. I think it was 2 below this morning. This is what it was yesterday. It got up to 6. Today, it's supposed to get up to 15 degrees. Wow, it's going to feel like a heat wave around here. So let's go to 0, and we're going to count up to 15. So 0, 10, hang on to it, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So let's put our arrow right there. We are still in the purple, but oh my goodness, it's so much nicer than 0 and below was. So since it's still in the purple, we still need to follow our Emerson rule and wear our winter coats. We might even have outdoor recess today. We'll just have to wait and see. It depends on whether the wind is blowing or not. Because 15 degrees and no wind blowing is going to feel good. But if it's 15 degrees and the wind's blowing, we'll still have inside recess. So our weather bear is dressed in his winter coat. It is still cold outside. Cold outside, but not nearly as nasty as it was the last few days. So we're going to go ahead and put cold on there again today, but it's going to feel a lot better today than it did yesterday and the day before, and the day before that, and the day before that, and all last week. Hopefully by next week we'll be having outdoor recess again, because I know today is only Wednesday, but it's conferences week, so we are not having school on Thursday or Friday. This is the last day of school this week. So hopefully it'll get warmer so you can enjoy some time outside while you're at home, because you've got 4 days you're going to be at home this weekend. All right, we are going to read 2 stories today. One of them I'm going to go over a little quickly because it was President's Day on Monday. We read about the White House. Today, we're going to read a little bit more about the U.S. Capitol, and that is also in Washington, D.C. It also has to do with the White House. So we're going to read this, and it's nonfiction, it's full of facts. So this is our nonfiction story today. We're also going to do another take on the little old lady who swallowed a fly. This one is called There Was a Bold Lady Who Wanted a Star. So we're going to read this story today. And remember, this one is fiction. It was from Charisse Merkel Harper's Imagination. Okay, the U.S. Capitol. Center of government. Remember when I showed you the White House was a star in Washington, D.C.? So is the U.S. Capitol. All right. The U.S. Capitol is one of the most important buildings in our nation. It is in Washington, D.C., the United States Capitol. The U.S. Capitol is where Congress meets. The building has been a symbol of our government for 200 years. What is Congress? Congress is the name for all of the men and women who make our country's laws. One part of the Congress is the House of Representatives. Another part is the Senate. Both groups meet in the U.S. Capitol. The House of Representatives and the Senate meet in separate rooms called chambers. There are 435 representatives and 100 senators. They come from every state in the United States. The famous shape. The U.S. Capitol building has a very well known shape. Many state capitol buildings were built to look like the U.S. Capitol. This one is the California State Capitol. A picture of the U.S. state capitol is on the back of every $50 bill. The U.S. Capitol building has been used in advertisements too. Visiting the Capitol. Every year, millions of people visit the U.S. Capitol. Tour guides lead visitors through the building. They tell people all about the building and how the government works. School children from all over the United States come to the Capitol building. They want to see their government at work. It does not cost any money to go in. And remember yesterday and the day before when I was talking about our book, The White House, it's free to go in these places, but because of COVID right now, we can't. Once it's safe and we're not spreading germs, we'll be able to go back in and see these buildings at work. All right. The U.S. Capitol building is on a hill called Capitol Hill. It looks out over the Potomac River and the National Mall. And remember, we talked that the National Mall is just this great big green space. It's not a mall that you go shopping at. When we talk about a mall, we think about going shopping. The National Mall is like a great big green space or a park. There are other government buildings on Capitol Hill. 6 of them are offices for senators and representatives. All right. The center part of the U.S. Capitol is under the dome. This thing right here, this round thing is a dome. A bronze statue stands at the top of the dome. The statue is called Freedom. The outside of the U.S. Capitol is almost as long as 2 city blocks. Many steps lead up to the building. The United States presidents are sworn in on these steps. And we watched that a couple of weeks ago when we watched the inauguration. That's where the president was sworn in. All right. Inside the Capitol, the House of Representatives meets in the South Wing, which is right here. The Senate meets in the North Wing, and visitors can watch Congress from the galleries above the chambers. Beautiful artwork fills the Capitol building. Large statues of important Americans stand in the halls. Pictures of U.S. presidents hang along the walls. The Rotunda. The rotunda is a large room under the dome. It is in the shape of a circle. A large painting of famous people in America's past is in the center of the ceiling. So this picture is taken like you're looking straight up at the ceiling. The rotunda has a picture on the ceiling that people look at. Many ceremonies take place in the rotunda. It is where bodies of U.S. presidents sometimes lie in state. People can come here to show respect. A home for the government. In 1790, Congress chose land for a new capital. This old map shows the land. They called this city Washington in honor of President George Washington. President Washington laid the cornerstone for the Capitol in 1793. This old drawing shows how the Capitol building would look. So that's what they envisioned. That's what they thought it was going to look like. Building the U.S. Capitol was slow work. Builders always needed more money than they had. Sometimes work on the building had to stop for a while. The north wing was finished in 1800. It was crowded with all the government offices and Congress. In 1807, the south wing was finished. During the War of 1812, British soldiers took over Washington, D.C. They burned many buildings. They burned the U.S. Capitol and the White House. Workmen had to rebuild the inside of the Capitol. They replaced some outside stones and scrubbed the others clean. During this time, Congress met in an old hotel. Wartime Capitol. In 1861, the Civil War began. The northern states fought against the southern states. Thousands of soldiers lived in the U.S. Capitol. It was also a hospital. During the Civil War, a cast iron dome was placed at the top of the building. It weighed as much as 820 elephants. Modern times. After the Civil War, indoor plumbing was put in the U.S. Capitol. Workers rebuilt a subway train. Workers built a subway train. It took the senators and representatives from their offices to the Capitol. Today, people can watch what happens in the U.S. Capitol from their homes. People can use televisions and computers to watch the government at work. And here are a couple of facts about the U.S. Capitol. The Capitol building is very big. It takes up as much space as 4 football fields. It has 5 levels and 540 rooms. The U.S. Capitol used to be heated by fireplaces. Most of them are closed up now, but there are still 139 chimneys on the roof. A statue of Abraham Lincoln in the rotunda was made by a 16-year-old girl. And in 1859, marble bathtubs were put in the basement of the U.S. Capitol so that members of Congress could take baths there. 2 are still there today, but no one uses them. The end. So this week we learned, because of President's Day, we learned about the White House and about the U.S. Capitol. All right. The other story we're going to read today is a fun one. There was a bold lady who wanted a star. There was a bold lady who wanted a star. I don't know why she wanted a star. It seemed so far. Here she is, leaning out her window, looking at the star up there. There was a bold lady who bought some shoes. She ran 4 miles and then stopped for a snooze. And look, she's dreaming about a star. She bought the shoes to catch the star. I don't know why she wanted a star. It seemed too far. There was an old lady who bought some skates. She slid and she slipped down hills and through the gates. She bought the skates to replace the shoes. She bought the shoes to catch the star. I don't know why she wanted a star. It seemed too far. There was an old lady who bought a bike. What's not to like about riding a bike? She bought the bike to replace the skates. She bought the skates to replace the shoes. She bought the shoes to catch the star. I don't know why she wanted a star. It seemed too far. There was a bold lady who bought a car. She drove for a while, but she couldn't go far. She bought the car to replace the bike. She bought the bike to replace the skates. She bought the skates to replace the shoes. She bought the shoes to catch the star. I don't know why she wanted a star. It seemed too far. There was an old lady who bought a plane. I'm sorry, a bold lady who bought a plane. She flew through the snow and she flew through the rain. She bought the plane to replace the car. She bought the car to replace the bike. She bought the bike to replace the skates. She bought the skates to replace the shoes. She bought the shoes to catch the star. I don't know why she wanted a star. It seemed too far. There was an old lady who bought a big rocket, then zoomed up and caught the star in her pocket. There's the star. She rode the rocket back to the plane. She flew the plane back to the car. She drove the car back to the bike. She pedaled the bike back to the skates. She skated on the skates and back to the shoes. She ran for miles and didn't stop for a snooze. There was a bold lady who wanted a star. Now I know why she wanted the star. To put in a jar, so it wasn't that far. The end. So that was kind of a fun take on There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly. It was just kind of a fun one. She wanted a star. All right, you guys, you have a great 4-day weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Talk to you later. Bye bye.